Chapter 1 of Dorothy Dixon and the Mystery Plane. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Susan Morin, Portland, Maine. Dorothy Dixon and the Mystery Plane by Dorothy Wayne. At the Beach Club. "Here he comes again, Dot." Terry Walters balanced on the edge of the Beach Club float and pointed upward toward the approaching airplane. Dorothy Dixon bobbed up beside the raft, blew the water from her nose, and reached a long tanned arm for the young man's ankle. "Here you come into the drink, you mean," she gurgled. Terry yelped, lost balance, and recovered desperately, dived over her head. His departure rocked the float, so that Phil Stanton's lanky figure, poised on the diving board, lurched and fell awkwardly into the water. Betty Mayo, hugging her damp knees on the middle of the float, shrieked her approval of this double exploit. "Swell work, Dorothy," she laughed, as the young lady pulled herself aboard. "You'll catch it in a minute, though." Dorothy stood up. Her scarlet bathing cap flamed against the ash blue sky, and her wet suit clung to her slender form like a sheath of black lacquer. "Maybe." Then, in quite a different tone, "Goodness, Betty, he's missing." Betty sprang to her feet. "You're crazy," she retorted as she caught sight of Phil and Terry knifing their way back to the float. "Why'd you try to scare me? Those boys are all right." But Dorothy was staring skyward. "Not the boys. I mean the plane, Betty. Over there beyond the clubhouse. His engine's missing. Bet you an ice cream cone he'll have to land." "No, you won't," Betty flashed back. "I don't know a thing about airplanes, and I'll take your word for it." "Ooh, Dorothy, do you think he'll hit the roof?" "Oh, he's all right." "Yes, he's over the roof now, but look!" Betty's voice rose to a shriek. "He's aiming the plane straight for us! He'll hit this float!" The last word was no more than a gurgle. Betty had dived overside. Dorothy did not trouble to turn her head. With her bare feet firmly planted on the timbers, her straight body balanced easily to the float's gentle rocking, she gazed interestedly at the big amphibian sweeping down toward her. On came the plane, losing altitude with every split second, and sailed over her head a bare 30 feet above the water. Then, as she faced about to watch it land, the tail of her eye caught sight of Terry hauling himself over the edge of the float. "Get you for that last one," he cried, and scrambled to his feet. "Who laughs last, you know." "I know," mocked Dorothy, evading his grasp and running up the springboard. She dived, and her body entered the water with scarcely a sound. As she rose, she turned lazily on her back. "Come and get me," she tantalized. Then, as she saw him start in pursuit, she rolled over and headed out toward the seaplane, which now floated 200 or 300 yards away, toward the mouth of the inlet and Long Island Sound. Terry knew the speed developed by her flagrantly perfect crawl, and did not attempt to follow her.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?